Clockwork Knight, released as a launch title for the Sega Saturn, might look like a simple 2D platformer on the face of things, but the unassuming look of it belies a game of quite staggering depth and playability. Pepperaccio can run, jump, attack with his sword in the shape of a key, and even pick things up and use them as weapons. The control in this game is absolutely butter smooth, and large, secret-riddled level design cannot be faulted. The levels themselves, ranging from everything from a child's bedroom to a kitchen, are imaginative, full of innovation, and encourage exploration. The primary pickup in this game is crowns, which look like little tokens. Get enough of these and you can participate in Saltian Roulette to win prizes like extra lives, or simply just continue the game if you take too much of a beating. For a game released in 1994, Clockwork Knight looks fantastic. The textures are very high quality on the 3D level elements, and the design of the rendered characters is suitably sharp, colourful, and well animated. There's so much to like about the look of Clockwork Knight. The whimsical atmosphere is intoxicating, and the music isn't particularly memorable, but it matches the action on screen very well. This is pretty well known, but the major issue in Clockwork Knight is the overall length and difficulty. The game was actually made more difficult for its Western release, and it still clocks in at only about 2 hours of total gameplay at a dawdle. It's a fun game, and one that you would still want to play repeatedly, but it's just very easy and very short. Which brings us to Clockwork Knight 2! The sequel might as well have been released with the marketing that it was an expansion disc for the original Clockwork Knight. The gameplay fundamentals are identical, bar some very obvious, albeit minor changes. It picks up immediately after the end of Clockwork Knight, and despite your efforts to save Chelsea in the first game, she gets kidnapped again, and you basically have to do it all over again. This involves you still engaging in the same platforming capery, but this time with additions like hidden playing cards, races against Le Bon, and the boss's Galore mode, which is just a boss rush including every single boss in Clockwork Knight and Clockwork Knight 2. Other than those changes, the game is virtually the same in basic mechanics. There is a grander feeling of scale and imagination in the level design in Clockwork Knight 2 that really makes it stand out in relation to its predecessor. Instead of just platforming challenges, Pepper can occasionally ride his horse Barrow in scrolling levels, and my personal favourite element is more of an emphasis on 3D gameplay, with some levels requiring Pepper to not only move between foreground and background planes, but sometimes shoot things off screen, then backtrack to progress. This completely alleviates concerns of the simplicity of the original game and definitely adds to the replay value and also the overall game length. Even recycled level concepts like the bathroom instead of the kitchen have really fun touches like the cute rubber ducks and turtles which animate when you jump on them. Everything in Clockwork Knight 2 is just holistically better designed and thought out. My only major concern is that some of the drabber and more annoying levels are earlier in the game. The first Barrow level pales in comparison to how well designed the second one is, for instance, and some of the better and more entertaining bosses don't come until later either. Minor complaints aside, when you look at Clockwork Knight and its sequel as one game, you see how good it is and how much time you can spend on it. The original is a nice intro into the style of the game, and the sequel feels like a natural extension of the original with more fine-tuned game design, improved graphics, and more content that takes a very long time to discover. Make sure to play both of these games back to back if you haven't before, and if you have, go back for another try.